Hello everybody, my name is Alex Shrednozak. I'm a film critic at FilmBook. Today, I'll be reviewing the 2020 crime drama, The Devil All the Time. The Devil All the Time was written and directed by Antonio Campos and was also co-written by his brother Paulo Campos. The film has a mega cast consisting of Tom Holland, Bill Skarsgård, Haley Bennett, Sebastian Stan, Robert Pattinson, and many others. This film doesn't have a traditional plot as we move forward and backward in time, following many of the characters and how they intersect between the 1940s through the 1960s. The film definitely centers around Tom Holland's character Arvin, but the first half of the film focuses on his father, played by Bill Skarsgård. This film has overarching themes of faith, good, and evil, and how that affects each of the characters. I hadn't heard of this movie before its releasing, but it's obviously a big deal just because of how great the cast is. Needless to say, I was intrigued for many different reasons. First, I had not seen Tom Holland in any other movies outside of the Marvel franchise. I wanted to see if he could deliver a performance outside of his quirky take on Peter Parker. I was also intrigued because, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of great names in this movie. So to start, I feel like the cast is the strongest aspect of this film. Tom Holland delivers a great performance. If you're looking to see if he has any range outside of the typical movie star persona, this would definitely be a good film to start with. And I would also say that about all of the other actors as well. I'll get more into this later, but I feel like one of the biggest negatives about this movie is that we don't get to spend a lot of time with them. I would say the most comparable movie in terms of its narrative style is The Place Beyond the Pines with Bradley Cooper and Ryan Gosling. That film explored how actions from past generations can affect future generations and is told through different periods of time. This movie does the same thing. The trailer can be a bit misleading because it makes you think that this is a Tom Holland-led movie. That's not really the case. The first half of the film mainly focuses on Arvin's parents, which are played by Bill Skarsgård and Haley Bennett. It also focuses on two other characters, but that gets into a little bit of spoiler territory. Needless to say, we see how these events and actions in these characters' lives affect their children once we get into the later time periods. That's one thing I love about movies or TV shows that decide to go with this narrative type. I feel like that type of storytelling brings a different layer of depth that we just don't see very often. But unfortunately, it doesn't always work here. As I mentioned before, we don't get to spend a lot of time with these characters, so it can be hard to empathize with them. There are a lot of moments and scenes that I feel like would have hit a lot harder if we got to spend more time with the characters. I'm not exactly sure why the producers of this movie decided to go with the film route rather than making it a series, especially since Netflix isn't really shy about just making everything a series. Like, there's a lot of series on Netflix I can argue that don't really need to be a series. So it's kind of strange that they decided to take this source material in a different direction. This movie is based off a book of the same name. I haven't read the book personally, but I definitely feel like there's probably a lot more to uncover. I feel like we didn't get very much beyond the surface level with a lot of these characters, and I feel that's a real shame. And I feel like if it wasn't for that, this movie could have been really great. There's a lot of dark themes and events that happened in this movie, and there's no reason it couldn't have been a home run for me. So I'm going to give The Devil All the Time a 7 out of 10. I feel like there's an audience out there that would really enjoy this movie. There's definitely a lot of great elements in it. I was just wishing for a little bit more given the talent on both ends of the camera. And that brings us to the conclusion of my review for The Devil All the Time. I'd like to thank you all for watching. You can see more of my reviews on the FilmBook website. That's film-book.com. Just search for Alex Shrednozak. You can also see other reviews and videos I've done on my YouTube channel, link in the description. If you like what you heard during my review, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so that way you're notified as soon as new reviews are published. If you agreed or disagreed with my review, definitely leave me a comment down in the comments section below. Please also consider becoming a member on our Patreon, link also in the description. Your support helps us create more engaging content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.